Hi, Cancer Nation. Okay, Moon Body Cancer, this is going to be your reading. As always, keep in mind this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with everyone that watches. If this doesn't hit it for you, Cancer, try watching readings on my channel for any of your other placements, your moon, your rising, your Venus, your Mars, any of your planetary placements, and you could find your messages there instead, or more messages in addition to this one. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. All right, let's get into it. Cancer, I think you've gotten in a little over your head, yo, or at least you're feeling that way. There is some stress. There is difficulty getting along with others. Actually, I don't think you're struggling to get along with other people. I think that right now, and I think that it might be in work, at work, or maybe just in your family, your home dynamic, your family dynamic, your neighborhood, the people you work with, like everybody around you, Cancer, just sort of looks like an orchestra or a band tuning up. And none of them are playing in the same key, and none of them are working together as a team. There's a lot of social games being played. It's like, who are these people and what the hell are they doing? I also think that you have some frenemies around you right now. I think your real friends, your enemies, and your frenemies are all swimming in the same pool together, and you feel like you're swimming with sharks a little bit, and it's very irritating for you, and yet you're not getting out of the pool. And it's just a moment to think about the choices you've made up until this point. And I think that you're going to spend some time going quite literally, oh God, what have I done? Like, I've made this bed and now I kind of have to lie in it. I get the sense that some of you have chosen a lifestyle that gives you a lot of the perks that you want, but you've had to pay a bit of a price to stay in this scenario or these scenarios. And you're not so sure if that's what you want to do anymore, but I think you're confused and you're not sure what way to go, because astrological influences, the first one is the moon. Well, I know you love that. You're ruled by the moon, but that can be a little frustrating for Cancer, because there's a lot of ebb and flow and mystery and confusing, fuzzy emotions and a lot of change and cyclical things happening. There's something very impermanent or unconstant about the moon. But what we do know is that it's always with us, right? So what Spirit wants you to know about the moon at this time is that hidden forces are at play. Your guides are asking you right now to pay attention while they gently lift the veil and bring clarity to a situation. So if there has been a lack of clarity and confusion for you, you need to know that your guides are trying to gently lift the veil to bring clarity in for you, which suggests that the clarity might have been there all along, but there might have been something that was difficult for you to admit to or see. So your guides and Spirit will try to gently lift that veil without shattering your reality. So there are hidden forces at play. Spirit's trying to help bring clarity. In conjunct, bridge over troubled water. Don't choose one side over the other. In relationships and in arguments and disagreements right now, Cancer. Find a way to connect the incongruent energies. So you may be kind of like a peacemaker, a go-between, a negotiator, an ambassador. You can be a bridge over troubled water. Okay, there are times in life for that, but right now, straddle the line. See both sides of a coin. Now I have Justice and the Queen of Swords coming out for how you're being seen. So if you have Libra in your chart, it's showing up, and it can really help with that, because Libra will see both sides of the same coin and negotiate. So negotiations are important. Not picking sides at this time is important. You don't have enough information. More clarity is to come over which side to choose and which side to stand on. Right now, you're just supposed to take the bridge over troubled water. Like, stop swimming with the frickin' piranhas and take the boat, take the bridge. The third house is a challenge at the bottom of the deck. So this is like the local neighborhood, friends, learning new things, teaching things to people. Sentimental education is what it says. Your ability to grasp new ideas is greatly enhanced at this time. So learn something new or teach what you know. Some of y'all need to show somebody else or other people how to do things. It's time to teach others what you know. You're being seen as a teacher and a leader and a very direct and clear communicator. You've got like boss bitch vibes in a really good way. So it's a great time to teach what you know to others, share your wisdom, and it's also a really good time to learn. It's a great time to grasp new ideas. Be on the lookout for new ideas and new solutions. I'm also seeing middle to the end of the month, there will be a change occurring in the home of a family member. This transition is divinely guided. Okay. I want you to know those things. Things that you need to surrender to. Here's your spiritual RX, big time, Cancer. Surrender your attachments to results at this time. The formula for success is to do all that you can to make things happen, then let go of the results, because holding on too tightly to a desired outcome or how you want it to go will sabotage the whole thing. So it's not like Spirit's saying don't have an end goal or an end result in mind. Like, you're allowed to attach to the idea of something going some way. Just know that if you hold on to that too tightly and you don't just let go and let the world do its part, let Spirit do its part, let the other humans around you do their part, you can't micromanage the whole thing, is what I'm hearing. You can't 100% control where things are going to go. Don't hold on too tightly to the way you insist something goes, because that'll sabotage it. Also, you've got to get out of your head, boo. If you're obsessing about a person, a situation, or a dilemma, you need to turn it over to Spirit, because doing this will help you bring clarity and solve more problems. Some of you have been like obsessively trying to problem solve something, and the brain does that. The brain eroticizes problems. Everything is like a riddle, a game, or a puzzle to a human brain. And when we can't figure out the answer, we just can't stop fucking thinking about it. And apparently, air signs have not cornered the market on that BS, because water signs are doing it too. Cancer, don't be like Libra. Don't be like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. That's our purpose. Let us carry that shadow trait of overthinking the shit out of everything. Like, let us do that. Don't do that to yourself right now, or it's just going to stress you out about the results. Like, there's problems in life, right? And some of those problems you're not in control of. But what you are in control of is what you spend time thinking about and how you handle stress. You need to take a few deep breaths and exhale tension out of your body. A lot of tension could get built up in your body. Feel your body right now. I strongly recommend somatic meditation. If any of you would like to book a one-on-one coaching session with me, I can teach you breath work. I can teach you somatics. I can teach you how to find where stress is hiding in your body, and I can teach you how to discharge it out of your nervous system and release it. This is something I do every day, at least once a day. So it is going to be stressful. Just know that overthinking it and clinging to a desired outcome is not the right way to go at this time. It's only going to stress you out more. There's also a huge need for cooperation. I mean, we have the Five of Wands and the Three of Cups at this time. So you might have to share a brain with a few people that don't think as clearly as you do. I hear someone laughing really hard about that. I'm hearing someone go, "You think? You think, Carrie Lee?" Yes, I do. I think. I think it's going to be a struggle to cooperate with others, because I feel like maybe the people around you might be kind of like the blind leading the blind. They can't all play in tune together. Spirit's saying, you have to accept everything for what it is right now. Like, that doesn't mean that it's acceptable. It just means you can't deny that this is your reality. Accept what is and love what it is that you can love. Maybe you cannot love every aspect of life, but find what it is that you do love and be like, you know what? I have to love life for what it is at this moment. Yes, I know it's messy. Yes, I know the people around me are fucking children and completely uncooperative, but there is a lot to love. And I mean, I'm going to just practice radical acceptance. You're being encouraged to do that at this time. Also, cooperation is incredibly important. Better together. A catalyst or a challenge is going to be anger. Feel the heat and then turn it down. Wow, this German Shepherd looks pissed and fierce. So, Spirit is not saying to you, pretend that you're not ever angry. Anger is this very valid, important emotion that signifies quite a bit. And it's an emotion that humans either feel too comfortable expressing or not comfortable expressing enough. And it's an emotion that we really struggle to handle and express with grace and dignity. So, Spirit is saying, don't ignore anger. Know where your anger is coming from. But rather than chase people like a crazy dog, maybe turn down your anger. I think that working with people will frustrate you. I think that other humans are going to irritate the shit out of you. Or if you don't experience this personally within you, Cancer, this could just be a theme of what's going on around you. Like maybe other people refuse to cooperate. They can't just love things for how they really are, and they get pissed off all the time. If you're witnessing that around you, you need to just put your hands on that person's shoulders and say, okay, look, none of this is your fault. I'm going to find you a cup of tea and a snack and some pants, and then I'm going to duct tape you to a bed because you are angry, child, and you are not being helpful here. Like you may need to stand up to other people with short fuses that just fall apart all the time. You might need to be the person that says to them, you need to stop. You're not a child. Stop freaking the fuck out and being an asshole to everybody. Like you might need to say that to somebody else, but you might also need to say it to yourself. You guys are going to be pushed. You're going to be pushed by other people, I think. I also think that you have a joker around you that like never takes things seriously. Also, you may use humor to deal with life. That's not bad or wrong. I notice Cancerians are these very funny, cute people that do use humor really, really well to handle life. But here's your animal totems. 2 came out. I was only taking 1 animal totem for the water signs, but 2 came out for you. The black egg and the fire ant card. All right, let me sum this up quickly. You do have to work in a group dynamic. You will not be able to do this by yourself this month. Fire ants are weak by themselves, but formidably strong in a colony. And you need to think like a colony. But you need to make sure the colony that you're in is working well. In a system of fire ants, every ant has a role to play. They do get a little angry with each other sometimes, and it can be a little intense. And there could be some anger issues. They're called fire ants for a reason. But it's just going to feel like that. Like cooperation is necessary. You doing your part and other people doing their part is necessary at this time, but tempers may flare. Also, and this is going to be tough to hear, and this is a general reading, so don't shoot the messenger if this does not apply to you, but it might, so give it a listen. Just try to be open and listen because it might. The black egg is about like rationalizing, justifying, making excuses for something. You might have this really fantastic coping narrative in place in your mind that helps you deal. And that narrative is everything is fine. I'm totally making a smart choice. I know exactly who I am in this scenario. I'm going to make up a shit ton of rationalizations and excuses in order to keep myself in this scenario. It's also possible that a group dynamic that you're a part of is completely full of shit. And this could be where you work. This could be in a partnership, in your family, in your neighborhood. It's like the black egg is just about making excuses and not really even knowing why you're doing what you're doing, making a lot of justifications, making a lot of rationalizations. You could be dealing with a person like this, a group of people like this, or you may be just bullshitting yourself so that you can continue to make it work. And there's something going on around you. I feel like you guys will put up with quite a bit of shit because you think there is going to be a payoff in the end. And when I saw what's in the environment, I was surprised. I don't think you're wrong. I was like, oh my God, they're not wrong. I think that you guys have been hedging a bet about something or someone, a situation for a while. It's going to pay off. But it has not been easy, and it might even get a little bit worse before it gets better. Like, oh boy. Just breathe. Gird your loins, Cancer. There's all these planets in retrograde, but it's Leo season, God damn it. And if we're going to make it, this is the best time in the world to make it. Like, if we can't make it in Leo season, when can we make it? It's going to suck in Capricorn season, right? So, like, capitalize on the optimism. But it is going to be hard right now because the overall energy of someone around you is the Five of Wands. And we also have the Three of Cups. So for some of you, this isn't one person. This is just the environment that you're in for the next couple of weeks. The way this person or these people are feeling is the Wheel of Fortune. Fate, destiny. Things are changing. No one really has any control. The Wheel of Fortune is like welcome to Earth, where anything that can happen will happen. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is essentially the physical Murphy's Law theory. So anything that can happen will happen. There's a lot of ebb and flow and change around you right now. And you're being seen as the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, badass bitch. That is badass. Justice is at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, and the Hermit. We're thinking about our choices and the consequences, both good and bad, for any of our choices. Some of you are withdrawn from a Libra or a Virgo. You might have a Libra or a Virgo on your mind. I do have a King of Pentacles down here, but it's like, justice is here. Think about the choice that you make. You have to live with those choices, and you have to be very clear, very direct. Something could happen in a court of law. Something could be involving a contract. The Three of Pentacles, to Justice, and the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you, either you or your partner, think that there's a new job on the forecast. I'm hearing it's a job and not a marriage. Like for some of you, your partner just deals with a shit ton of bullshit at work, and they're thinking, no, there's a method to my madness, because in 3 years' time, they're going to make me the director and it's all going to be fine. For others of you, someone is like, I'm going to marry you in 3 years, or I'm going to give you a specific job title in 3 years, or some of you will get, like, I'm hearing something also about like green card, citizenship, a travel or a work visa. You might get a 3-year work visa, although I don't know that they're 3 years. I think they're 5 years, 4 years, something like that. It could be any one of those things. But in the meantime, you're hanging in there, and you really wish everybody would just leave you the hell alone. You need a vacation. Also, I'm hearing some of you have had like a knee or a hip or a head injury. It's getting there, but don't push yourself. I feel like you just handle a lot on your own, because with this Five of Wands, this is a bunch of people all competing with one another to get to that fire. It's about competitive ideas. This is the mud pit of life. Like, they're not having a full-blown shit show fight, but it's like they're just working things out. Everyone has their own personal agenda. And what this group of folks doesn't realize is they're too busy competing with each other. And if they had just worked together, they could have created a ladder, and then all of them could have gotten to the light and the fire. But they're not doing that. Clarifying this is the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Trust no bitches right now, Cancer. You might have some jealous friends or co-workers. There might be a person that you've been dating and they just get mad because you're still on the dating app or something. Or like, if this is one person, it could be work, it could be a friend, it could be dating. People are competitive right now. There might be some jealousy towards you, which hurts my feelings for you, because every Cancerian I've ever met has just been the most wonderful human being. You do not foster competitiveness. That is not your way. You're not a fire sign. Fire signs do foster competitiveness. It's not bad or wrong. It's just part of their purpose. It is not your purpose. And I think that people want to fight with you. I think that they are jealous of you. I think they want to compete with you. This might just be like an environment that you're in. It's like, good God, do you people get along? Did the coach pick the wrong teammates, and who peed in your Wheaties? Like, who peed in your cereal this morning? Like, these people or this person, this just might be what you're dealing with. Like, some days everybody gets along, and some days you want to tear your hair out, and goddamn. And the way someone's feeling, the way you're feeling too, I think is the Wheel of Fortune. I can only control myself, and God only knows how this whole thing is going to turn out. Again, welcome to Earth. It's very much like the human existence here, clarifying this is the Six of Swords, the Moon, and Strength. Well, I'm hoping things will improve, but for now, I'm just hanging in there and trying to be really strong. I actually think this is you. I think this is you, like, looking at everybody else going, why are you looking at me thinking I have the answers? I don't have the answers. I can't solve everybody's problems here. And I don't give a shit that you and what's-her-face aren't getting along anymore. Like, stop bringing me your gossip, your drama, your problems. This is, I mean, goddamn, how long am I going to have to put up with this shit? And if this is a specific person coming towards you, I think they're not getting what they want out of you. You're not who they want you to be. I don't know who they want you to be right now, but they're kind of reserved. They're kind of huffy. They're like, whatever, that's fine. I don't give a shit about what Cancer's doing. I'm going to do my own thing, and I don't care. That's fine. This could be someone you care about just like not doing that great, and they're irritated all the time, and that they may or may not put it on you. Watch out for people projecting their problems onto you, Cancer. Also, watch out for people just being like, well, how come I didn't get that accolade, but Cancer did? Because you're being seen as like this straight shooter, a shooting star. You're rising to the top. You're making your life happen because you're being seen as the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Clarifying this is the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. Bitch, please, I make my own luck. I heal myself. I bring freedom, happiness, popularity, importance, my perfect life path. I make my own dream life. I make my own dream life. That's how you're being seen. You're being seen as a magician. So you're being seen as someone who has a natural aptitude for life. You're being seen as honoring your gifts and controlling your own destiny, being confident about life, not being so worried about whether or not how things are going to go next Wednesday. You believe that you can make things better. You're here to be part of change. Important change. Change that will free not just yourself, but maybe others. Some of you have quite the collective and Aquarian mindset right now. You're coming out looking like an Aquarius or an Aries. You're being seen as being detached, intelligent, honest, straightforward. Queen of Swords says what she means and she means what she says. And she delivers the truth with a spoonful of sugar. She's not messing around. She's very good at communication, very good at clearly communicating boundaries, very good at negotiation, contracts. At work, you're being seen as very intelligent and independent. You're being seen as a leader. Also maybe a bit of a loner sometimes as the Queen of Swords. And also you're being seen as a person who does very, very well for themselves. Self-made woman, self-made man, or self-made woman. So I almost feel like people are looking at you like, how did she get where she got in life? Why is it easier for her than it is for us? It's harder for me. I have no idea what's going on. Some of these folks, Cancer, they just don't realize what you've been through to become like the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles and the Magician and the Wheel. Like, they don't realize all the hard work you've done to be who you are right now, because you're being seen as like the wonder kid, the it girl, the it guy. You're doing really well. I also think that people want to emulate you, but they don't want to admit to that. Here's what you need to know or your advice. We've got the Seven of Swords. So as advice, you need to be strategic, okay? It's not show friends, it's show business, Cancer. Think on your feet. You may not be able to trust everybody around you. You may need to keep some things to yourself. Also, watch out for gossip and lies. Someone may creep in and out. Clarifying this is the King of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Who dis? Some of you are dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius masculine. They don't have to be an air sign, but they exhibit those traits. They can be a little sneaky. They're also a little flirty. You can't 100% trust what they say, but you do enjoy conversing with them because we have the Page of Wands here. Page of Wands is, hey, what's up? How's it going? So this guy, whoever he is, For some of you, it's kind of negative. It's like you can't really trust this person. They're going to come in and do a temperature check on you. They do compete with you intellectually. They sometimes try to one-up you. They think they're big shit. But they pretend that you don't exist, and yet they can't stop watching you. You may run into this person and talk to them, but I'm also hearing something positive about the King of Swords. The King of Swords could actually be a decent person in your life that communicates something to you, but he'll say to you, you never heard this. I was never here. Okay? They might give you good advice or pass on some secret information, but watch out for communication around people. You might have a gossip. You might have a distrustful person. You yourself in the beginning of the month have an opportunity to hear some things that you might not be privy to. Like this could be you walking by your boss's office and you hear him say all kinds of weird shit that you're not supposed to know. Keep that shit to yourself. But you're going to have this interaction with this person, and it's going to be somewhat strategic, and it's also going to come off as kind of playful. This person may want to meet you outdoors. It may be like one date, catching up, something like that. And then the final outcome is the Seven of Pentacles, clarified with the Four of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. For some of you, you have a person around you that just cannot freaking believe that you didn't pick them. They haven't heard from you and they're waiting. They're going to continue to mill around in your space, your zip code, your area. They're not going to go away, but they're not going to really bug you. And they're being kind of stingy, like holding back, holding on. For others of you, you just have to be patient and wait something out. You need to be patient and wait something out. You're not going to get the responses you want out of everybody. You yourself might not be able to respond the way everybody wants you to respond. It's going to be slow going. There's going to be hard work involved. Watch out for being a perfectionist or a workaholic. Someone will show up dependably and consistently. I think this is you. I think you're going to be dependable. I think you're going to be consistent. I think you need some rest right now. I also think you're going to be careful with your money and your budget. But you've got somewhat of a weirdo around you, which I find interesting. Here's how they see you. Okay, I use my Animal Oracle deck and tarot. First of all, this is how this person is seeing themselves. For some of you, this is a boss or somebody. Somebody's going to offer you a job, or someone's going to stop acting like a player and give you a serious offer for a relationship. It's either a career relationship or a romantic relationship. You have to take it as it resonates for you, Cancer. The fish, the spider, and the crocodile. This is actually a really good progression. In the past, this person has been slippery in relationships. They slip in and out of commitment, in and out of connections. If it was a boss, they hired all the wrong people for all the wrong reasons. I think they were on autopilot when they did their interviews, or this person's on autopilot when they interview people for a relationship with them. They also struggle to settle down and commit. They say they like being single, but they're lying. They don't. They're jealous of you, and if you're single, you look happy. And they've had this problem, but there's a change happening. Now this person or this situation is becoming more sensitive. They're taking life more seriously, and they're trying to build something and make dreams come true. This person or this scenario is developing emotional intelligence. They're lying in wait. If it's for romantic and dating, I think this person wants to make a change, but I also think that, like, if they were a bachelor or a bachelorette, they want a more serious life now, but they're a little huffy. Like, they expect love to come to them. They're a little entitled sometimes. But I see a person thinking about emotional intelligence and needing to make smarter choices. And I was like, how does this person see Cancer or this situation? They see you as the crow, the stingray, and the wolf. Hell yes. These are my two favorite cards in the deck. I was very pleased to see this for you. You're giving a good impression to people. You're giving such a good impression right now, Cancer, that people are jealous of you. Oh, stop. Cancerians will share their love and their warmth with you, but you're being seen as a person that uses the gifts and the tools that Spirit gives you. You're also being seen as a person that's ascending out of karma and moving into dharma. You're willing to do things new and different. You've learned spiritual lessons. You're learning new ones. You're ascending as a person. You're also being seen as a lone wolf and a loner. You're being seen as very instinctual. You will cooperate with a pack, but you prefer to work alone, because that's how you ascend and that's how you develop your gifts. And they kind of want to make an offer towards you. They've made bad choices in who they aligned with before, that's all. And you're the better choice now. And they are going to make an offer to you, because here's their energy towards you, Cancer. The Three of Pentacles. They want you to recognize and reward them for what they bring to the table. And this person wants to be seen as cooperative, group, team effort, and dynamic collaboration, cooperation. The Two of Cups. That's how they feel about you. They feel like they can have good conversations with you. They feel like the two of you work well together, and their action towards you is justice. Now, that's a major arcana card. That's making a serious choice. And I wanted to know what the choice was. And I have the Two of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. This person may offer you a job or a promotion. And the reason for that is because they can't find anybody that can do the voodoo that you do. They're going to offer you something. This could also be someone around you. This person may be a Libra. They may be offered a new job. This could be your partner as well. It could also be a Leo or an earth sign. It could be any sign. So if this is towards you, someone is going to offer you something, either serious commitment or like a new job. The choice is theirs. They're going to openly talk to you about it. So if you're up for some kind of a promotion, really get up close and personal and discuss how how you and this company or this boss or whomever can collaborate and work together. I'm hearing something about contract negotiations, actually, but of course that could be a serious commitment to something, a permanence of something here, because you've given such a good impression. But here's how you see yourself, and I clarified this quite a bit. You see yourself as the Devil, the Six of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, you're being seen as the Queen of Swords, and you also see yourself as the Queen of Swords. And she takes no shit, and she's very serious. Some of you just have Capricorn in your chart. And Capricorn is very hardworking and wants a lot of stability. And also Capricorn wants to have it all. They work very hard so they can play very hard. And they love to take care of their family. They also have a tribal and communal focus as well. So I didn't want to automatically think something negative about the Devil. Some of you aren't feeling so great about your health and your weight at this time. Self-esteem may be an issue. But you are getting better if you've had a health issue. You might not have addressed your core health issues though. But this to me seems like you feel stuck. It's just transition. You're just like, I don't know really where I'm going here. The Six of Swords for me is like circling the harbor or sort of taxiing the runway, not really going anywhere. But you have quite a bit to say. You seem to be in a directional role here. Like you're the giver of sound advice. You have to be in charge. You have to be the leader. You have to be the one to communicate to everybody. And you're really hoping that other people notice this about you too. And you're really hanging in there. Some of you don't like an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There might be this woman holding the coin that you don't want to deal with or talk to. Could be a Capricorn. I wanted to know what the Devil was, and 4 cards came out. The Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. So I think that some of you might have gotten yourself into a situation where, and I think that this has to do with work. Some of you work from home, or some of you have to work quite a bit to keep up your lifestyle. Some of you live in a place where the cost of living might be very high and it's just overwhelming for you. Like in order to pay your rent and to get your credit card bills paid and get your vacations paid for and your fantastic outfits paid for. Some of you have been living quite a bougie lifestyle. and you have a beautiful home. And also you work really hard. I'm hearing that some of you work like way too much, like really. Now, Cancerians have a sustainer archetype. I notice that you guys can withstand more pressure and more hard work than other people. You are not a lazy sign. As a matter of fact, you're probably one of the most tenacious signs. You're the Chariot. You're very driven. To say you're tenacious is an understatement. And I think that you have a lot of stability and you have a lot, or like you have that Capricornian lifestyle. Work hard, have the finer things in life, play hard. And sometimes it's a bit overwhelming. Some of you have gotten yourself into a scenario where like maybe you have a job or a lifestyle that pays you very well. You have a lot, but also it doesn't really open up your heart chakra. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a Libra. I love the Queen of Swords for you. I really do. But it's not 100% who you are, Cancer. You're more connected to your feelings. You feel more comfortable being emotional. You have an intellectual side. You have a scientific mind, and you can be erudite and detached and be a manager and a leader and a giver of sound advice and all that. But you also have this really sensitive side. And I think that you are doing something with your life right now that gives you a lot of perks and benefits. But you have to put up with a lot of bullshit and make a lot of excuses even to continue to stay in this scenario. And this guy is full of shit right now. He could be a Libra. He might be testing you. He might be playing with you. But there is a good offer coming in for you. I want to know when. Spirit, when will this offer come in? Okay, if you're experiencing hesitation, be clear with your desires and the time frame is within 10 months. Okay, it might take an employer or a romantic partner, potentially up to 10 months to decide whether or not they want to offer you a serious commitment. You will have to wait. Also, Cancer, if you have gotten yourself into a scenario where like you can't even afford to quit that job because if you do, you won't be able to pay your bills. Like, do you have to live this way? You look like you're experiencing a lot of burden for the sake of lifestyle. And I get that. I really do, because I have Capricorn in my chart. I get this, but like wanting to have it all and being willing to work really hard for it. But at what cost? Okay, at what cost, Cancer? You need to think about it. So you need to know that there is a good offer coming in, but you might not be able to 100% trust everyone around you. And I also think that you will be invited into a role of leadership because people see you as capable of being a good leader. But it will be the leader leading the blind. I mean, it honestly looks like you're surrounded by children and they do need a good leader. But you need to wait to be invited to do that. Just right now, you have to live with some of the choices that you've made. Just let go of your attachment to the results and try to accept things the way they are at this time. Cooperation with others is going to be the way to get there. And if you're confused about anything, Spirit wants you to know that clarity is coming. And you need to be a seminal part of that with the Magician, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. In about 10 months from now, things could change for you. Big time. Okay? But don't make excuses for putting up with bullshit. Okay? Like, identify why you're making the choices that you've made and then accept those choices. Accept your choices. Okay? Because you've given a great impression and your hard work looks like it will pay off almost a year from now. Yeah. All right, Cancer. I love you guys. Take care. I'll see you next time.